The Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) has revised the electrical installation standard for general industry workplaces, specifically Subpart S of Title 29 Code of Federal Regulations Part 1910. This update is designed to enhance safety and protect employees from electrical hazards in the workplace. The key points of the revised standard are as follows. Firstly, the revised standard incorporates requirements from the 2000 National Fire Protection Association (NFPA) electrical safety requirements for employee workplaces (NFPA 70E) and the 2002 National Electrical Code (NEC). Secondly, it focuses on improving safety in the design and installation of electrical equipment in the workplace. Thirdly, this revision updates the electrical installation requirements in the standard for the first time since 1981. Fourthly, OSHA has also updated the reference to the NEC in the mandatory appendix to the Power Platform Standard, Subpart F of Title 29 Code of Federal Regulations Part 1910. The final rule took effect on August 13, 2007. The full text of OSHA's final rule can be found in the February 14 issue of the Federal Register. The necessity for this revision stems from the significant risk of injury or death that electrical hazards pose to employees in the workplace. By aligning with the NFPA 70E and NEC, OSHA aims to provide a more comprehensive and up-to-date set of guidelines for electrical safety. The update addresses safety concerns related to the design, installation, and maintenance of electrical equipment. It ensures that workplaces are equipped to handle electrical systems in a manner that minimizes risks. This includes requirements for grounding, wiring, insulation, and other critical aspects of electrical installations. Furthermore, the revision clarifies and updates the language and requirements of the standard, making it easier for employers to understand and comply with. This enhanced clarity helps to reduce confusion and ensures that safety measures are implemented effectively. The incorporation of NFPA 70E and NEC standards brings OSHA's regulations in line with current industry best practices. These standards are widely recognized and respected in the electrical safety field. They provide detailed guidance on how to protect workers from electrical hazards such as electric shock, arc flash, and arc blast. The updated reference to the NEC and the Power Platform Standard ensures that these specific types of equipment are also subject to the latest safety requirements. Power platforms, which are commonly used for maintenance and construction work, can present unique electrical hazards. The updated standard helps to mitigate these risks by providing clear guidelines for the safe operation and maintenance of these platforms. In summary, OSHA's revised electrical installation standard represents a significant step forward in protecting workers from electrical hazards. By incorporating the latest industry standards and updating its regulations, OSHA is helping to create safer workplaces across the country. Employers should familiarize themselves with the new requirements and take steps to ensure that their electrical installations are in compliance with the revised standard. This includes conducting regular inspections, providing training to employees, and implementing appropriate safety measures. Compliance with the revised standard is not only a legal requirement but also a moral imperative. By prioritizing electrical safety, employers can prevent injuries and save lives. The economic benefits of compliance are also significant, as reducing accidents can lower insurance costs and improve productivity. OSHA's commitment to electrical safety is demonstrated by this comprehensive update to its regulations. The agency continues to work to protect workers from hazards in the workplace and to promote a culture of safety. The revised electrical installation standard is an important tool in achieving these goals. It provides a framework for employers to create and maintain safe electrical systems, protecting workers from the risks of electrical injury or death. The availability of the full text of the final rule in the Federal Register allows employers and other stakeholders to access the complete details of the revised standard. This transparency promotes understanding and compliance and helps to ensure that the standard is effectively implemented. The revision of the electrical installation standard is a testament to the ongoing efforts to improve workplace safety and protect workers from hazards. By staying up to date with the latest regulations and best practices, employers can create safer and more productive workplaces for all. Electrical safety is a critical aspect of workplace safety. It requires ongoing attention and commitment from both employers and employees. By working together, we can create a culture of safety that protects workers from the risks of electrical hazards. The revised OSHA standard is a valuable resource in achieving this goal. It provides a clear and comprehensive set of guidelines for electrical safety that can help employers to create safer workplaces and protect workers from harm. Furthermore, it's crucial to understand the specific requirements outlined in the NFPA 70E and the NEC, as these are now integral parts of OSHA's revised standard. NFPA 70E focuses on electrical safety in the workplace, addressing practices, procedures, and training necessary to mitigate electrical hazards. It provides detailed guidance on topics such as arc flash hazard analysis, personal protective equipment, and lockout-tagout procedures. The NEC, on the other hand, provides comprehensive requirements for electrical installations, covering aspects such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and grounding. It serves as a foundational document for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of electrical systems. Employers should ensure that their electrical installations comply with the relevant requirements of both NFPA 70 and the NEC, as well as the specific requirements of OSHA's revised standard. This may involve hiring qualified electrical professionals to conduct inspections, perform upgrades, and provide training to employees. Regular inspections are essential for identifying potential electrical hazards and ensuring that electrical systems are properly maintained. These inspections should be conducted by qualified individuals who are familiar with the requirements of NFPA 70E, the NEC, and OSHA standards. Any identified hazards should be promptly addressed to prevent accidents and injuries. Training is another critical component of electrical safety. Employees who work with or around electrical equipment should receive adequate training on the hazards involved and the safety precautions to be taken. This training should cover topics such as arc flash awareness, lockout-tagout procedures, and the proper use of personal protective equipment. By providing employees with the knowledge and skills they need to work safely, employers can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents. In addition to these specific requirements, employers should also foster a culture of safety in the workplace. This involves promoting open communication, encouraging employees to report hazards, and recognizing and rewarding safe work practices. By creating a culture of safety, employers can empower employees to take ownership of their own safety and the safety of their colleagues. The revised OSHA standard is not simply a set of rules and regulations. It is a framework for creating a safer and more productive workplace. By embracing the principles of electrical safety and implementing the requirements of the standard, employers can protect their workers from harm and create a workplace where everyone can thrive. The effective date of August 13, 2007 means that employers have had ample time to familiarize themselves with the revised standard and implement the necessary changes. However, it is important to note that OSHA continues to enforce its regulations and may conduct inspections to ensure compliance. Employees who are found to be in violation of the standard may be subject to fines and other penalties. Therefore, it is essential for employers to take proactive steps to ensure that their electrical installations are in compliance with the revised standard. This includes conducting regular self-audits, seeking guidance from qualified electrical professionals, and staying up to date with the latest interpretations and enforcement policies issued by OSHA. The revised OSHA standard is a living document that is subject to change and interpretation over time. It is important for employers to stay informed about any updates or revisions to the standard and to adjust their safety practices accordingly. This may involve subscribing to OSHA's email updates, attending industry conferences, or consulting with legal counsel. By remaining vigilant and proactive, employers can ensure that their electrical safety programs are always up to date and in compliance with the latest regulations. In conclusion, the revised OSHA electrical installation standard is a critical component of workplace safety. By understanding and implementing the requirements of the standard, employers can protect their workers from electrical hazards, prevent accidents and injuries, and create a safer and more productive workplace for all. The integration of NFPA 70E and the NEC into the OSHA standard signifies a commitment to aligning regulatory requirements with industry best practices, ensuring that workers receive the highest level of protection possible. Remember to consult the full text of the final rule in the February 14 issue of the Federal Register for complete details and guidance. The continuous improvement of electrical safety standards is a testament to the ongoing efforts to create safer workplaces and protect workers from harm. By embracing the principles of electrical safety and staying up to date with the latest regulations, employers can contribute to a culture of safety that benefits everyone. Now let's dive deeper into specific aspects of the electrical installation standard, focusing on practical applications and common challenges that employers may face. One area of particular importance is grounding. Proper grounding is essential for preventing electrical shock and minimizing the risk of fire. The OSHA standard, in conjunction with the NEC, specifies detailed requirements for grounding systems, including the size and type of grounding conductors, the methods of installation, and the testing procedures. Employers should ensure that the grounding systems are properly designed, installed, and maintained in accordance with these requirements. Another critical aspect of electrical safety is overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. These devices must be properly sized and installed to ensure that they can effectively interrupt the flow of current in the event of a fault. The OSHA standard, along with the NEC, provides guidance on the selection and installation of overcurrent protection devices. Employers should ensure that their electrical systems are adequately protected by overcurrent devices that meet the applicable requirements. Wiring methods are also a significant consideration in electrical safety. The OSHA standard and the NEC specify the types of wiring methods that are permitted for various applications. These wiring methods are designed to provide adequate insulation, protection from physical damage, and resistance to environmental factors. Employers should ensure that their wiring systems are installed in accordance with the applicable requirements, using approved wiring methods and materials. In addition to these specific requirements, the OSHA standard also addresses general electrical safety practices such as lockout-tagout procedures, arc flash protection, and the use of personal protective equipment. Lockout-tagout procedures are designed to prevent accidental energization of electrical equipment during maintenance or repair. Arc flash protection is intended to protect workers from the hazards of arc flash, a dangerous electrical explosion that can cause severe burns and other injuries. Personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves, safety glasses, and flame-resistant clothing, provides an additional layer of protection for workers who are exposed to electrical hazards. Employers should implement comprehensive electrical safety programs that address these general practices, as well as the specific requirements of the OSHA standard and the NEC. These programs should include written procedures, training for employees, and regular audits to ensure compliance. One common challenge that employers face is keeping up with the ever-changing landscape of electrical safety regulations. The OSHA standard and the NEC are periodically updated to reflect new technologies, industry best practices, and lessons learned from accidents. Employers should stay informed about these updates and adjust their safety practices accordingly. Another challenge is ensuring that all employees are adequately trained on electrical safety procedures. The electrical safety training should be tailored to the specific hazards and tasks that employees are exposed to. It should be conducted by qualified instructors who have a thorough understanding of electrical safety principles and regulations. Furthermore, employers may encounter difficulties in identifying and correcting electrical hazards in older buildings or facilities. Older electrical systems may not meet current safety standards, and they may contain outdated or damaged equipment. Employers should conduct thorough electrical inspections of their facilities and develop plans for upgrading or replacing any equipment that does not meet current safety standards. The cost of compliance with electrical safety regulations can also be a challenge for some employers, particularly small businesses. However, the cost of non-compliance can be even higher, including fines, lawsuits, and, most importantly, injuries or fatalities. Employers should view electrical safety as an investment rather than an expense, and they should prioritize safety in their budgeting decisions. In summary, compliance with OSHA's electrical installation standard requires a comprehensive and ongoing commitment to electrical safety. Employers should understand the specific requirements of the standard, implement effective safety programs, and stay informed about changes in regulations and best practices. By prioritizing electrical safety, employers can protect their workers from harm and create a safer and more productive workplace for all. And lastly, let's emphasize the resources available to employers seeking to improve their electrical safety programs. OSHA offers a variety of resources, including publications, training materials, and consultation services. These resources can help employers to understand their obligations under the electrical installation standard and to develop effective strategies for compliance. The NFPA also provides a wealth of information on electrical safety, including the NFPA 70E standard and a range of training and certification programs. Employers can leverage these resources to enhance their knowledge of electrical safety and to improve the safety performance of their organizations. In addition, there are many qualified electrical consultants and contractors who can provide expert assistance in designing, installing, and maintaining safe electrical systems. These professionals can help employers to assess their electrical hazards, develop safety plans, and ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. By taking advantage of these available resources, employers can significantly improve their electrical safety programs and protect their workers from the risks of electrical injury or death. Remember that electrical safety is not a one-time effort. It requires ongoing vigilance, training, and commitment from both employers and employees. By working together, we can create a culture of safety that protects workers from harm and promotes a safer and more productive workplace for all.